Great. Welcome. Thank you for joining the Goddess Breath podcast. I am super excited in this episode to be interviewing a friend of mine, Jenny McQueen, who is a yoga instructor. And also, I love that she has a pet farm. I mean, that is just the coolest thing. We're going to talk about that and a couple other things. Jenny, do you want to just say hi for a minute and then we'll go ahead and do a quick breathing technique to get started?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Jenny McQueen, and I am the owner founder of Peaceful Place Yoga. I have a little farm in Seminole where we do yoga, and we have a little bit of a garden club going on, and all the animals you ever wanted to love on.
Yes, that's so sweet. And I'm excited to be there uh,
Yeah.
in just a couple of weeks, very soon. So, yeah. Well, thank you for coming on and doing this interview. And we'll get into quite a bit of conversation here. But let's just go ahead and do this the box breath. We went for Jenny and I went for a walk just a couple of days ago, and she shared with me that she does the box breath often, and I love that breath. I think it's super simple and it helps with stress and reducing anxiety. And I think it's just an easy one that anybody can do pretty much anywhere, right, Jenny? Don't you feel like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
one of those that let's pull it out of your pocket and you can have a tool. So I love it. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and lead.
Okay.
And the thing about this particular breath work technique is that it's for a count of four in through the nose, hold for a count of four, exhale through the mouth for a count of four, and then hold for a count of four. We can hear your chickens. That's great. And then that we're just going to do a couple of rounds. And if it feels good for you listening, to just visualize a box, like the line on the top of the box, and then the hold side of the box, and then the exhale, the bottom, and then coming back up, if that works for you. Or whatever visualization that you want to imagine that helps you relax. So we'll just do a couple of rounds and I'm ready to get started. Are you ready, Jenny?
I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to inhale through the nose on a count of four. One, two, three, four. Hold. One, two, three, four. Exhale through the lips with a count of one, two, three, four. And then inhale again through, or I mean, a hold. One, two, three, four. And then inhale through the nose. And I'm just using my fingers now, holding the count one, two, three, four. And then exhaling through the lips. And then holding one, two, three, four. Again, inhaling, holding, exhaling, and then holding. One, two, three, four. Inhaling, three, four, holding, four, exhaling, and holding. One more round. We'll go inhaling, really nice big inhale, holding, exhaling, making a nice big exerted exhale. Four, and then holding. And breathe regularly now. At any time in any of these breath techniques, you can go at your own pace. So you don't have to necessarily follow along. All right. Well, I'm excited to
Mhm.
have this conversation with you. And just to let people know they're listening, that we met at the Florida Yoga Teacher Association meeting just a couple of weeks ago. And I just felt really connected to you. And that I said, oh, wow, she's got a pet farm. Like, I just think that's so cool. So
Yeah.
we exchanged numbers, just went for a walk recently, and realized that we have a lot of kind of similar backgrounds that have been a lot of challenges, life challenges, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I like when we were talking, one of the things you said is that it's been that you I hope you it's okay, I'm using your word stormy, that you've been
Yes. Storms
stormy.
throughout my life. Yes.
Yeah. And just from the fact that I'm doing this podcast also with the goddess Ainana myth, that this is the right after the episode where I talk about her stormy ride back to her city of Urich, where she's bringing the gifts to civilization to her city, and that but she has to go through challenges, and it's kind of like her initiatory rite. And we were talking about that, it seemed like we really kind of resonated that, yeah, that's what happens. We just got to get through certain things, and then how do we grow, and how do we transform, how do we react, right? And it's whatever it is at the time, right? It's not that reacting with grace and ease is like, oh, you're so great. It's more like that if you can get to that point, you know, that,
Right, right.
yeah, but I mean, I've been through my series of challenges, and different experiences in my relationships. So yeah, let's uh, go into some of that, but also, what I wanted to point out too is that I love that you identify as a mother. And,
Yes.
and I'm also talking about the solar plexus chakra in this part of the story, and that, it's about our identity, right? It's about our purpose, it's about who we want to show up as. Who am
Right.
I? Yeah. And also, so whatever you want to share, I'll let you kind of have the mic here for in a little bit. But also I know you shared about knowing that you're an empath, and that the sensitivity that you experience is also very challenging. So I'll just pass it
Absolutely.
over to you and interject here when I need to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I knew from a very young age that all I really wanted out of life was to be a mother and to have a farm and a family. And it's taken me a good 20 plus years to actually have the farm part, but the mother part came at a young age. I was 21 when I had my first child, 24 when I had my second, and 41 when I had my third. So there's a big age gap there, but it works really well for our family. My children are all very close. My oldest child has some health challenges, which makes for an interesting ride of through our life experience. But also, I think brings us an opportunity to have a much closer relationship than we would have otherwise had. And also, my older two children from my first marriage, uh, they are they're also really close to me because we went through challenges as a family through the three of us, sticking together, through thick and thin, being being able to work together to get through those challenges or storms or whatever you're calling it. So it just brings the opportunity for a very close relationship. My youngest child came along with my new husband, and he is a very good dad to all three of the children. So they're extremely blessed to have him. And because of him and, my hard work for most of our lives separately, that we've achieved the dream of having a farm here in Seminole, Florida. And it just is a dream come true. And not only having the farm, we've had it for 9 years now. And I'm just on the verge of opening up publicly the farm as a yoga studio and garden club, uh, after school kids club. Just I foresee it as a place to just build community. And I love this property so much. I love the animals. I love the children. So being able to share that with other people, I not only did I want it for myself, but I wanted it so that I could share it with others, and really bring up our new generation in a foundation of a subsistence lifestyle, something that, that they can survive without all the materialism and, food instability, and knowing where their food comes, knowing how it's grown, being able to cook and, take care of themselves, do some, projects that, like purifying water, all those survival type skills. Scouting was a big part of my upbringing. So camping and, learning those types of things. And that's also where I fell in love with the horses. Girl Scout camp here in Florida. And now my youngest is a little girl, and we also scout. We do scouts together. And she is totally in love with the animals, which makes me, thrilled to no end. But the challenges in life that have brought me here, the lessons that I, needed to learn, the things I needed to go through to make me who I am, uh, have been, rough ones. And for a lot of people, I think that's it's just makes you, it either breaks you or it makes you more of who you're supposed to be. So I am grateful for those challenges that I've gone through, because I wouldn't have all of the wisdom to share with people in that aspect. I just am beyond blessed to live the lifestyle that I have. And it's all because of persistence, doing a little bit at a time, and never stopping. I may have to put it aside for a while, but I've never actually given up on what it is that I saw for myself for the future.
Yeah. I love that you have that vision as at an
Yeah.
early age, right? And also
Yeah.
even just you knew you wanted to be a mother. Like you were just like, I definitely am going to be a mother. And
From as long ago as I can remember. That's all I've
yeah,
really wanted to do is
love
be a
that.
mom.
What when we talked, we and with our walk and everything, I just was listening to. I could hear the love in how you were sharing, even through the challenges, like you're saying, but just like totally fully committed, no matter
Yes.
what, you're in for your child. And what a
Yes.
beautiful blessing. Yeah, for both, right? For both of you, for your mother, for you as a mother, and for your children. Um, and I just want to say too that, yeah, just talking about the challenges. And one of the things that is important to mention about the solar plexus chakra is there's the shadow aspect always, like in every chakra and in every personality type. And we all have it, right? But that being met with someone who, in the solar plexus, your identity is so big and so
Mhm.
consuming for everyone around you. And it's the N word, I'll just say.
Yes.
But that recognizing that can also like recognizing it, accepting it, but having boundaries, right? Recognizing the shadow aspects in ourselves, saying, okay, taking ownership, but then also, am I willing to change? Why would I change? I want to change,
Yeah.
and I'm just saying for me, for the whole, for the better, like
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
collective, Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. Do you want to say a little bit about that or?
Well, just part of the challenges, are like with specifically my first marriage, just him being such a narcissist um and having such a profound impact on how I felt about myself and how I felt about the world around me. That took a lot to get over. It took a lot to get over. Um, Being able to feel secure in myself again. Again, that's the big age gap between my children because I just was like not ever going to get married again. So I'm glad that I did find someone that I could trust again. But it took a long time. It took a really, really long time for that to happen for me.
Yes,
So,
I can
yeah,
relate. Yeah,
I
and I understand.
yes,
I'm
for sure.
so glad that you did find somebody because it just definitely makes all the difference in the world for
It
self-esteem,
does.
for your outlook, right?
Right.
And trusting but I feel like um yeah, that having those boundaries, standing your ground, really, uh getting your own strength back, right? And then like, yeah,
It's very empowering to go through
nobody's
something like
messing.
that.
Yeah,
It's very empowering because you're like, well, I went through that, so I can go through anything. I can go through anything and I can help other people come
yeah,
through it as well because I have been through it. So, it's
absolutely.
one of those things, and that's something else that we'll be doing here is having a care and share group, like a not necessarily just a women's group, but I mean, let's face it, it's mostly women who are, abused in those narcissistic relationships. So it'll mostly be a women's group, but there's men are always, always welcome in the circle.
Yeah, right. um Yeah, and I want you to say more about that, and I want you to give any kind of resources that you have available to whoever's listening. And but first, I want to just say that there's the poem, uh, and it's the invitation.
Invitation.
Name of the poem is The Invitation, and it's by Araya Mountain Dreamer. And I'm not going to read the whole poem. I'll send you the link after we're done here. But this
Yes.
just really stood out for me with after you and I talked, and I felt it reminded me of the poem. And this is sort of the end of the poem, but it says, I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done for the children.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that
That's
amazing?
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's a very beautiful, powerful thing. Yes.
I knew you would, yeah, kind
Oh,
of,
I really like it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll send you the rest of the that because
I would appreciate that.
it's a really powerful poem altogether. She became famous for that poem, actually. It came out quite a few years ago, maybe like 15, 20 years ago or something.
Wow.
So, yeah, and um, tell me so I love that you have this vision, and do you have like website links? Is there anything that you can share?
Um, I don't have any website links. I'm not real tech savvy. I am on Facebook. I have a Peaceful Place Yoga page on Facebook. And you can also find me, Jenny McQueen, on Facebook and friend request me. Right now, we have classes Tuesday and Friday at 10:30 a.m. on the farm. I'm looking to expand and do more class times, but at this time, I'm just taking it a little bit at a time. I also have other yoga friends that I love dearly, and I want them to come teach and share their gifts here as well. So I'm working on all of that. So I'm super excited just to be able to finally have people on the farm, invite them out, uh, and just share. It's just so beautiful here. I'm so extremely grateful to be able to, live on a property like this with all my animals around me and my children. It literally is my dream come true. It's something I've been working on for 25 years.
You know, I am just like filled up with sprinkles with you saying that. I just think it's
Aw.
so incredible and awesome. And thank you for those little bit of resources. I'll put them in the show notes. And
Okay.
and for you who are listening, that Jenny is in Seminole, Florida. So a really pretty spot there, just not too far from the Gulf, right? The Gulf of Mexico.
Yes, we are right by Indian Rocks Beach. I think it is like a mile and a half off of Indian Rocks or um well, people mostly know Indian Rocks.
Yeah, right. And so would somebody that is just visiting be able to come? I'm just curious. That was just a question that popped in my head.
I guess if they knew of me, I guess they could come. I'm open to sharing with just about anybody as long as they're, kind, nice people. I'm happy to have them here always.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm hoping to maybe work with some people there with doing some breathing or something like that would be really cool.
Yes, we're going to do a retreat in April for our Teachers Association here, which
Right.
I'm super excited about.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be like my first big gathering here. So
Oh,
I'm excited
wow.
about that.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be like a birthing.
it is. It really is. And shared with all the people. Um, a lot of these yogis, I've known them since 2004 when I joined it used to be Suncoast Yoga Teachers Association, and then it changed to the Florida Yoga Teachers Association. Sometime I think around 2000s, 2016, maybe somewhere in there is when they changed
Okay.
names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that would be like a really fun celebration.
it really will with like all these people that I admire so much here. It's just surreal to me. I'm beyond excited, just over the moon.
I bet. Yeah, that you
Yeah, yeah, I really
finally
am.
like put it out there and
Absolutely. It's
make,
something that I've been wanting for so long.
making it all
Just to share this type of lifestyle with people and, really make the connection, especially for children, with
yeah.
um, exercises that can help them to uh, regulate their nervous system, be able to combat stress and anxiety. Because being out in nature does that already, and then using breath and the yoga that we both love so much, and then growing your own food. There's something really just the food tastes so much better the closer you are to it. Like
Oh,
my
absolutely.
eggs, my eggs from my chickens are just really orange colored yolks. And I know a lot of people, when they haven't had farm fresh eggs, they'll call me and be like, I think there's something wrong with your eggs. I'm like, nope, that's what real eggs are supposed to look.
Exactly. I know that's so funny. Yeah, totally different than in the store. But
I've
also,
got people, I've got them visiting me right now.
oh, nice. And yeah, Yeah, there they are. And that's what I'm saying, like the having the little pet farm is like so calming for our nervous system to be with animals, right? It's just
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, they provide that well, I know like horses are definitely kind of naturally empathic.
Yes, I have one horse on the property. He's going to be 32 in May, and in people years that's I believe 110.
Wow.
I've had him since he was roughly 15, and he has gotten me through some really challenging um times in my life. And it really is, there's science backed behind equine therapy with their heart field is 4 feet from their body. And when you come in contact with that heart aura, it helps you to regulate your own heartbeat and your own respiration. It's really phenomenal. I don't have all of like the statistics,
Yeah.
but I've read about it, and it just is something I'm just really interested in.
I think that's great. And it's more and more people are doing the equine therapy. So I find that,
Absolutely.
yeah, I find that really sort of interesting how, we're figuring this out when
Right,
it was
right.
like our ancestors didn't have to, they just existed with
Lived it. They just
animals.
lived it and kind of took it for granted, you know?
Yeah. So now we're
Oh,
like re-implementing it, which is great. And
yes, as it should be, right?
yeah, totally as it should be. Well, I know you're busy and I know you are have a lot of responsibilities. So I don't want to keep you much longer, but I totally appreciate what you're doing
Thank you.
and your vision. It just really speaks to me in my heart, and it's what I'm really wanting to promote. And that's why I wanted you to come on the podcast and do this
Well,
interview.
thank you.
Let people know, more people know about it because spreading the word, right? And
Yes.
also just wherever you are listening, anywhere, people can go to be with animals or, start improving the kind of food you eat or going into nature. And
Yes.
if we change ourselves or we implement these kind of practices that are going to help us feel more centered and calm, then we are the role model, and we show up more of more calm, more balanced for other people, which then kind of spreads that trajectory. And it's just what we need more of right now.
Absolutely. Just like the horse regulating your respiration and your heart rate, I think human beings in close proximity can also do that for one another as well.
Yeah.
They did a
Yes.
it was like a test where someone went around and just smiled and said hello to everybody, and then they watched how the person walking away smiled and then said hello to the next person, and how that, just that kindness can spread. So let's spread it.
Let's spread it. Yes. High
Let's
five.
spread it.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely. Oh my gosh. Thank you for saying that. That's so perfect. Let's end there. And
Yes, thank
um,
you so much for having me on. This was a blast. I appreciate it. I
great.
really do.
Awesome. And I look forward to the celebration in just a couple weeks.
Absolutely.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessings. Bye bye.